If you love liberty, declare your independence by signing the Shire Society Declaration at shiresociety.com.
Hey, I'm Ian Freeman. I'm running for State Senate, District 10, as a Libertarian. It's the first time that we've had a Libertarian choice here in the Cheshire County area for quite a long time, and I wanted to let you know a little bit about what it means to be a Libertarian. It means that unlike the Republican and Democrats in the race and across New Hampshire, I'm not interested in telling you how to live. I don't want to rule your life. I don't want to tax you. I don't want to control you. So that's one of the big changes. Libertarians believe in the non-aggression principle. That means that if you're a libertarian, you don't believe in the use of aggression or aggressive force or the threat of force to try to control your neighbors. So there's three main issues that I'm running on. First, to end drug prohibition across the board. Let's focus on cannabis first here, because cannabis is obviously something that New Hampshire is going to legalize at some point. So really the big question is, will New Hampshire do it the right way, or will they go about it the way the other states have done it, which is to control and tax and regulate cannabis? It's a plant. So we're talking about something that grows naturally in the earth. It's a flowering plant, and it does not need to be regulated. It does not need to be taxed. So what New Hampshire needs to do, hopefully, is they will get out of the way completely. Just end prohibition and let people grow this plant or sell it or possess it, smoke it, bake it, whatever it is they want to do. Further, New Hampshire ought to end prohibition across the board, not just of cannabis, but of other drugs, of gambling, of prostitution. No act that involves consenting individuals should be prohibited. Also, I think that it's time New Hampshire left the United States. Let's be honest, the federal government, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, is a very scary, dangerous institution that hurts innocent people here in the United States and across the planet. And all they really do is extract wealth and obedience from you. But what do you get back in return for it? Is it protection? Because right now, the U.S. government's military is putting you in a greater danger by going around the world and getting involved in other people's conflicts. So let's get New Hampshire out of the Union. Let's end that experiment and actually have a truly free place here where we're not under the thumb of the United States federal government. Also, I want to see New Hampshire volunteerize taxes. Now, that's a pretty big proposal, but it's very, very libertarian because libertarians, again, don't agree with aggressive force, and taxes are basically extortion, wherein if you don't pay whatever arbitrary amount the government demands from you, then they're going to come and steal your house from you or harm you in some other fashion, maybe steal your car or whatever it is. And so it's not okay to do that. It's not okay to threaten our neighbors to try to get something done. Maybe some of the tax dollars are actually going to some sort of worthwhile thing, like perhaps helping the poor or helping the sick. Those are things that can be done consensually. If you've got a good idea, people are going to fund it voluntarily. Look at what happens when somebody's house burns down. Support pours in from the community, regardless of the fact that the government is there or not. So let's make taxes consensual. Make it so that people can opt in or out of funding these various different state government programs. Ultimately, the idea here is to delegitimize, from my perspective at least, is to delegitimize the idea of the state government, period. Because government is an old concept. It's an antiquated, thousands-year-old concept that justifies the rule of a certain group of strangers over a group of peaceful people, the rest of us. So I want to see that paradigm shift, and this campaign is part of that. It is a very low-budget campaign. I'm not accepting any contributions, so if you want to contribute, sorry, I'm not going to accept a contribution. You're welcome certainly to contribute in whatever way you want with, make up your own campaign signs or do whatever it is that you want to do. But ultimately, this is a message campaign, getting out the ideas of liberty, letting folks know what liberty actually is, because most politicians have no relationship to that concept whatsoever. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me, I've got a website. It's ianfreeman.nh-liberty.info. So ianfreeman.nh-liberty.info. And again, I'm Ian Freeman, running for State Senate, District 10 this year. Thanks.